Okay, right. So the last one, okay, we taken out some examples on TCL language commands, how it was working. Okay, that the each command, the main cause and purpose of each command we discuss. But here, can you see nowadays whatever the online transactions we perform, okay, almost every transaction what we perform here internally, these commit, rollback, and save points, it will be must be there. For example, you can see any, if for example, if you go to any website to booking your tickets, so there is a two options you have it here: submit as well as cancel. So submit is nothing but commit, cancel is nothing but rollback. Like anyway, any movie tickets you can go for some websites, train tickets, flight tickets, okay, any application, even though you can open, so there is a two options are giving to us. One is the S button, no button. Okay, now so that is positive and negative. So like every online operation or online websites, you can see mostly one positive commit, one negative rollback. Compulsory, it should be maintained. So now here, but okay, sir, this commit and rollback is going to be decided okay, or else customer want to take the decision whether my transaction make it successful or my transaction will be cancelled, that I can go to, okay, what we can say, decide. That's called a decision makings. It was happened by using of what now? TCL language commands. But sir, once your transaction is performed, if you do that transaction, how the data internally maintained with accurate manner, how your transactions data will be accurate, consistency, means that not only commit, rollback, and save point, these commands are working based on some other properties. Okay, now some other internal other properties also maintained by every database management system, and with the help of that, your databases will proper accurate consistency way your transactional informations will be maintained. So what is that property, sir? Means that we all of you know that's called as what now? Acid properties. So acid properties, don't write, just observe. These are some inbuilt properties, guys. Especially programmer, no need to do any settings here. No need to do any query to return. Okay, no need to write any logic, nothing. Acid properties are already inbuilt in your databases. And not only Oracle, any database management system in real time. Okay, by default inbuilt, your acid properties are built in there. So these properties internally, every property will do one particular task to manage and maintain the transactional data with the accuracy and consistency manner. And how nowadays commit, rollback, save points we are using, those are also working internally based on acid properties only. So acid properties are most important key roles will be play in the databases for the operation. That's called a transactions management purpose. It was very, very key role will be play. If one transaction, if you did, if the transaction successful message will be showing. If transaction cancel message will be showing. After success, the information of account or your user accounts or details or whatever it was, it will be showing accurately. So how, sir, these all the things will be proper? Why not a database will show the mismatching of information, miscommunication of information? Why we are not, mostly we are not facing that kind of problem means the reason is what now? Acid properties. So 99.99% we never get any problem through a transaction. Whatever you can perform, banking transactions or other transactions, that means simply if I'm using one online website through, if you do some transactions, then that all transactions will be how sir this much accuracy, how sir this much exactly the what we call the operation and data, how it was given us without having any mistake. Okay, so that all are going to be done by who's this your assets. So your assets means so there are these are the four properties are having some meaningful here. So first one is called as that automatic. Okay, atomic is a one. Second one, don't write, just observe, don't write. Second one we called as what now? Consistency. Second one we called as what now? Consistency. That is one. And the next one we called as here. Next one is called as what now? I stands for isolation. I stands for isolation. Isolation. And next D stands for okay, durability. Okay, durability. So acid, okay, every word like atomic, A stands for atomic, consistency, isolation, durability. So these are the properties internally your database management systems are maintained and having that. So based on these properties only, database servers will maintain or manage your data with the accurate manner. Okay, now I will explain to you. So atomic means what? How this property will perform internally in your database. What is the mean by consistency? Isolation, durabilities. So each and every property is having its own role and responsibility in the database. Okay, now? So first one, if you come back to atomic, if you see, atomic means here, careful observe, the meaning of atomic. Okay, the meaning of what now? Atomic is nothing but a single. Is nothing but what now? Single. So atomicity. Actually, this is A stands for what now? Atomicity. So atomicity, atomic is nothing but what now? Single. That means nowadays simple logics. If you do any transaction through online, like a Flipkart, Amazon's, some banking transaction, your PhonePe, Google Pay, any online application you can use. We need to do some transaction. Can you tell me the transaction within one step it will be completed? No. So we are following some steps. Yes or no? For example, ATM machine is there. Suppose you want to withdraw some amount from your account. So we are going to ATM machine. Is it like that when I insert my ATM card, money will come? No. There is a certain procedure will be there. Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes. What is the procedure? Insert ATM card, select language. Yes or no? Next, after selected language, then you can go to banking option. Then after it was showing some options, in that you just go to click on withdraw option. After click on, you will be enter amount, asking saving or current account, PIN number. Okay, then finally you can give a confirmation. So almost 6 or 7 steps we are going to be follow. Step 1, step 2, step by step, we will be, okay, jumping like. So these all 7 steps I did, and finally I'm clicking on yes. Then what happened? My transaction successfully performed and money will be withdrawn. Yes or no? After taking money, now you will get a one slip also from ATM. Okay. So in the slip, you can see what it was there: transaction ID number, date, time, how much amount you withdraw. Okay. So complete the transaction related information will be having in the slip. So now I was taken 5,000. Suppose my account 10,000, I'm taking 5,000. Transaction success, money taken, some slip also taken out. Now tell me, how many transactions you did? 7 transactions or 1 transaction? 1 transaction. For 1 transaction purpose, okay, internally how many operations you perform? 7. So insert ATM card is the first operation, internal operation. Select language, select banking option, click on withdraw. Next, enter amount. Next, select your current or saving. Next, PIN. Next, yes or no. So total how many? 8 steps. These all 8 steps we are performing to do some transaction purpose. But how your database internally, how it will be treated means these all 8 transactions, all 8 operations will not treat as an individual. These all together, all operations together, it will count as a one transaction. Then sir, this responsibility who will take in the database server? Okay, means that the responsibility taken by what now? Atomicity. So atomic is nothing but single. So you do any number of steps we follow, but finally these all steps together will make it as one transaction. That who will make it as one transaction in the database, sir? And based on that one transaction, it will give some information to you. Okay, so who will do and whose responsibility for that means your atomicity property will take the responsibility. So atomicity responsibility is what now? Whatever user performing the operations for a transaction, that all operations together within the transaction will make it as a one transaction, and one transaction ID number is generated and one transactional ID details are sending to customer. This is the responsibility of who? Atomicity. Okay, now that is what we called. What about consistency? What about consistency? Consistency is nothing but, guys, here to maintain accurate details or information. Either transaction before, transaction after, either before or after, your information must be accurate. Understand now? Your information must be accurate. Okay, how it was, sir? For example, let me come out. This is X customer is there. This is Y customer is there. X customer in his account, okay, he have here almost 10,000 rupees he have. 10,000 rupees. In Y customer account, he have a 4,000 rupees are there. Is it clear now? These are before transaction, the customer's banking balance or bank balance. Okay now? Now what it was happen, X customer want to transfer some amount to his friend Y. So now he will be transfer it. Transfer means the data from your, who will transfer? X transfer. So who transferred the money, who transferred money from his or from that person account, it will be creditor or debitor? Debitor. Yes or no? So now X customer, he transferred, for example, okay, 6,000 amount he was otherwise 5,000 amount he was transferred. So 5,000 amount he transferred to which account? Y customer. So that means 5,000 is called as what now? Debited. Debited from which account? X customer. Debit from which customer? X customer. And this will be what now? Credited to which customer? Well, so now we can see. Before transaction, X customer amount is 10,000. Y customer account is 4,000. Understand now? But now what it was happen? Now what it was happen? What is your balance now? 5,000 is the X customer balance. What about Y customer? 9,000. So before transaction 10,4. After transaction successfully done, whatever it was showing, balance 5 and 9. Now tell me, these are accuracy? whatever after transfer successfully done, 5,000 I transferred. 5,000 is credit to your Y person account. X person account debit. After debit from 10,000 in X person account, how much it was showing? 5,000. In Y customer, 9,000. Is it clear? Any problem? No. So now there is nothing problem because it's a correct information. Now you have to check whether it is a correct or not, means what it was happening. Your balance is 5,000. Your debit amount is how much here? 5,000. Then minimum, that means balance plus debit is equals to total amount. How much total amount? Satisfied? Satisfied? Yes. So where you started, at what the position of money in your account, 10,000, from there you started your transaction. So all calculation again finally showing 10,000 only. Because my balance amount plus debit amount is equals to main balance amount. Which balance? Main balance. So it's satisfied. Now this guy. So minimum, now new balance how much here? 9,000. So 9,000 plus credit amount I have to, how much here? 5,000. If I remove the credit amount from 9,000 new balance, what is previous balance is 4,000. So it's clear? Yes. Okay now? This responsibility, who will maintain this kind of balance? Your account balance, how that money will be balanced. Okay, how it was correctly showing your information in the account means consistency responsibility. So now we can see, for example, 10,000 I transferred 5,000, but still my balance is showing how much here? 10,000. Is it correct? Wrong. Because your balance is 10,000, then your debit amount how much? 5,000. So debit plus balance total 15,000. But my main balance, how much I started? 10,000. So means it is right or wrong? This is called a inconsistency, wrong information, irregular of information. If consistency property is not there, maybe there is a chances to occur this kind of problems. Understand? Na? So that's why you can't go for like this. You can't go for like this. So consistency responsibility is what now? Transaction success or failure, none of the matter. But your account details will be maintained properly. Before transaction, after transaction, correct information will be shown to you without having any mismatching of data. That is a consistency responsibility. Next one is what now? Isolation. Isolation responsibility is what now? Here observe. Each and every transaction what we perform. So each transaction is, what is this? Independent. Okay, it was a independent. Every transaction will treat as an independent transaction. How, sir? Now you can see withdraw is a one separate transaction. Deposit is one separate transaction. Suppose if you do this two transaction now, first I will go to bank. I deposit. Deposit transaction ID number you will get. Immediately I'm going to outside, I'm withdrawing my money. First deposit, later withdraw. Withdraw purpose also one transaction ID number I will get it. Now both transactions you did just the 5 to 10 minutes gap you did. Okay na? But tell me, both the transactions ID number same or different? Different. Different means what now? Independent dependency. Independent. Every transaction is a unique. Every student is a unique. Unique means different. So how we can say every student is a different? Okay, every student quality is a different. Same as in online, you can perform any number of transactions. every transaction will treat as one transaction, and that too, every transaction is a independent. That's why, for example, one more. If you go to ATM machine and you can insert your ATM card, okay, first inserted ATM card, I'm taking some money. That ID, that slip you can take. After one transaction is completed, again you can insert, again you have to take some money. Second transaction, slip you have to take. Again I'm insert. That means continuously, within the 1 minute gap, I'm doing 3 transactions continuously. First transaction completed, second transaction completed, third. So 3 transactions on that same day, same time, okay, same ATM mission, you can go and perform within 10 to 15 minutes. You did 3 transactions. Now the 3 transactions slips, whatever you got it, that you can see every transaction ID number is a different. Why, sir? Why it was showing different? Because my ATM card is same number, account holder is same person. I'm doing 3 transactions. Then 3 transactions purpose, one ID number is enough now. Then why it was showing different IDs for each transaction? Because of reason, the banking sectors will know that this customer per day, how many number of transactions are performed. Okay, now? Or how they knows? When they knows? When each transaction I will be count individually. If I count individually, then I can understand that, okay, so and so customer has done 3 transactions per day. Okay, that kind of information they will be recording. So, but how, sir, each transaction purpose, each unique identity number is generated and giving to the client. That responsibility who will take care? Your isolation. So isolation, what it will do? You can do any number of transactions. For example, Flipkarts are using Flipkart, Amazon. Flipkart through, can I order 3-4 orders? Can I keep it one day? Keep it now. First order, I'm booking mobile. Second order, I'm booking laptop. Third order, I'm booking some other accessories. How many orders you did? Then 3 order ID number, same or different? Different. So that is what we call the isolation. Isolation means what now? Each and every transaction is independent. One transaction never depends on other. Otherwise, one transaction is never interference into other transaction. So that kind of interferences, that kind of dependencies will not go to be take it up. So it will be maintained. Every transaction is a individual. That's the reason. Can you see, if you go to Phone Pay, Google Pay, history option is there. History option. If you do per day 10 times you paid, for example, morning tiffin 20 rupees paid, after 11 o'clock some juice 25 rupees paid, later evening snacks 50 rupees paid, night dinner 100 rupees paid. These all are showing individual in your history or all together one showing? Individual. How that individual maintenance? Means that isolations. That is isolation responsibility in database. Okay, right. Now next one is called as a durabilities. So durability. Durability means what, sir? Yeah, durability means what, sir? It means that, see, sometimes what it was happen, we are doing some transaction. We are doing some transactions. While performing a transaction, suddenly your mobile switch off. What happened? Your transaction still not fulfilled. Your transaction not fulfilled. So you are doing, suppose I want to finish a transaction purpose, they have 8 steps I need to fill. But first step successfully done, second done, third done, fourth done, fifth came, my mobile switch off. What happened? Your transaction will get any problem? No. Because up to how many steps you did, you will be going to the steps where it was cancelled, that is where he was having some abnormal terminations, unexpected things are happening while I'm doing my transaction. then itself your transaction will be cancel it and it will go to back position again. Yes or no? Yes. So that's why what we want to do. Suppose you are doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 came, my mobile switch off. Otherwise, my internet connection is failed. Okay, na? So some any abnormal terminations are happening. Then what we can do? Again, we started from first onwards. Got it my point now? Yes. So that means what happened while we are performing some transactions, in middle of the transaction, if any abnormal terminations are happening, abnormal termination means what now? Suddenly power cut. Suddenly power cut. Suddenly my internet connectivity cut. Suddenly my mobile switch off. Okay. Suddenly my system shut down. So everything will be suddenly. We are not expected. That is called a abnormals. Abnormal means what now? Unexpectedly. If anything has happened, that is called a abnormal. So in this abnormal terminations, if anything is happening while going to your transaction, still even though your transaction or else your account money details or else your account data will never affected, as it is transaction committed or not committed, but your balance data will be same to same, it will be maintained. So that responsibility is what now? Durabilities. So durability means simply what it was say, to maintain accurate, it is also maintain accurate. Either any abnormal terminations are going to be happen, but still your transaction will not affected. Okay now? So these are the 4 things, guys. Actually, your database management systems are internally inbuilt, it will be having these features. So with the help of these features, your databases are nowadays accurate and consistency manner, your transactional data will maintain. Understand na? So this ACID properties, there is no any practical implementations, there is no any query related, this is because these are all inbuilt properties. That's it. So whenever you are inserting command internally, your properties will be activated, and when you're doing some operations on the database automatically, as per their responsibilities, that each and every property will take the responsibility and checking, maintain that your transaction, what you did. Okay now? So this is what now assets, and this complete information I was given in the main material. Okay, there you can check it out. Okay, so now I just passed it this. And these are TCL language commands, guys, here, what we worked here, and check it out. Okay, right. So the next new topic in our SQL, text ID, text ID, subquery. Okay, now you can see what is subquery, and subqueries user and importance of subqueries are what. Okay, now. Now you can see, guys, here the subqueries. The main reason why we require to write subqueries means, for example, just I'm giving one requirement. Check it out. So, what is my requirement in this case? Okay, now suppose this is my table information now. In this table, you have employees details. Okay, but just imagine, are you going to some interview? Interview person, whatever he was asking some questions at the time, just what he was telling that, assume one table is there. He was telling what now? Assume one table is there. In the table, I have 100 employees data. So your interview person is saying like this. Assume one table is there. In the table, okay, there are 100 employees data I saved. Okay, now table clear? How many employees are there in my table? 100. What is my requirement? Okay, out of 100 employees, which employee is getting second highest salary? So which employee is getting second highest salary? That employee details, I want it from this table. Write a query. This is your interview question. Now tell me, in this interview question, he was mentioned anywhere second highest salary? He's telling a second highest salary 45,000, 30,000, 25,000. He was telling a no. What he was saying that second highest salary employee details I need to find out. But second highest salary, how much we don't know. But he's just asking what now? I wanted a second highest salary. So write a query. How to write? Don't use subquery. Without subqueries, a normal queries we discussed as of now. A normal query you can go and check and write. Use your group by class. You can use having class. You can use classes. You can use as functions. You can use whatever you wanted. Operators you can use whatever you wanted. All together, anything you can use. As of now, what we discuss. As of now, what we discuss. Can we write? Check it out. I will show you my table also. Check it out. Whether it is possible. Second highest person details I want to get it. Second highest salary person details I want it. Go to one small outside the person. Anybody's there, can check. So my requirement, second highest. How to write now? Any idea? As of now, what we checked out the concepts. Is there any concept, any operator, any function like that to find out your second highest salary employee details? Okay. So now here leave it that. Without knowing the information about the table to perform some kind of operations, okay, we cannot perform. As of now, how you perform means everything we need is some support of some value. Support of some value. But here what happened? There is no support. Nothing, at least hint also not there. He was saying second highest, that's it. But at least first highest, how much? So second highest I wanted, but first highest how much? So there is no hint. There is nothing was given to you. At least some hint also not there in the question. So here finally what I am saying here, we are a blank mind. We don't know anything. But we need to do our requirement. Understand? Na? So in that cases, subqueries are very, very help us. Subquery advantages are what now? First thing, without knowing the information about the table, even though I can perform some operations to fetch my data. That kind of a advantage. One thing. Second advantage is what now? As of now, before subqueries, even the joins also can see. We are writing only one query, we return entire the statement. In one line, one query only we used it. In that one query, we used different logics. AND operator, OR operator, IN operator, like operator, between operators, having class, group by class, where class, order by, different things we used. But anywhere I written like this, a query inside another query. We written like this? No. But here as of now, one query basis, we did our operations with different logics we written in the single query. But now subquery advantage is what now? In one line statement, I can write a number of queries. A query inside another query. A query inside another query. A query inside another query. So like we called it nested. Like we called as what now? Nested. But as of now, nested queries are, we didn't see it. But those nested query mechanism is called as what now? Subqueries. So like you can write number of nested queries you can go to use in your single line of statement. By that reason, what happened? As per my requirement, I can write the number of queries, number of logics I can go to write to fulfill, or else up to I will reach my destination. I can write number of queries to get my destination. Okay, now? So that kind of one advantage. So these are what now? Advantages of what now? Subqueries. Okay, now? Right on below. Subquery. A query inside another query. A query inside another query is called as subquery or nested query. Okay, na? So now here, what is the syntax of this nested or subquery means? Simply we can write. select star from table name. If you have to give some conditions, you can give it conditions also, where condition of select star from so and so of select star from so and so of like you can write a number of instead or nested queries into or within the query statement. So like a number of queries, okay, you can go to write like this, and this is called as a subquery we called. In this subquery statement, can you see, okay, in the above statement, we have a two queries are there. We have a two queries in the above statement. We have a two queries. We have a two queries. Okay, what are those two queries? First one we called a inner query. Second one is called as what now? Outer query. Inner and outer. Okay. So now immediately when your query statement is having two types of query, inner and outer, the question will come to you. Now tell me, first which query execute? Inner or outer? So confusion is there now? So that's why inner query execute, later outer query execute. Outer query executed, later inner query executed. So both mechanisms are same and right. That's why what the people will say, as per the execution process of a subquery statement, it again classified into two ways. First one we called as a non-correlated subquery, and the second one is called as a correlated subquery. Okay, no? As per the execution process of subquery, it again classified into two ways, non-correlated, correlated. So what about non-correlated? In this, how the query statement executed means that in non-correlated, what it was happened, guys, here, first inner query executed, guys. Okay, then later outer query executed. Okay, now this is non-correlated. Whereas correlated, what, sir? Correlated quite opposite. First outer query. Okay, later it was execute what now? Inner query. So executed and execute. Okay. So now tell me, now both execution mechanisms are same. That is sorry, different, but both kind of mechanisms are supported. So you can say first inner, later outer. That mechanism is also correct. Otherwise, you can say first outer, later inner. This is also correct. So that means a two kind of execution process. Inner to outer is a one way of execution. Outer to inner is a one way of execution. But remember, either correlated or non-correlated, whatever it was, or which format or which mechanism you can use. Which format or which mechanism you can use, but finally both are providing same result. Maybe the way of execution process will be different, but finally it was give it us same to same result. Understand? Na? So below write one point. Both are providing same result. But now you have a question. Sir, when both are same and same, that means both are providing same result, then where I want to use a non-correlated and where I want to use a correlated. Okay, and in real time, which mechanism mostly the real time people are using? First one, second one. So this kind of doubts are coming to you. Yes or no? So first thing is 99.99% of people in real time, they will be using non-correlateds. Now the question is, why sir? Because correlated, non-correlated, finally giving same result. That point I said. But the result, how it was producing, that is important. No? For example, a person want to go his hostel. Okay, he want to go his hostel. The person have two alternative choices. One way, if I choose one way, that's called the first way, I will reach my destination or my hostel in 10 minutes. Another way is there here. This is also I can reach my destination, but it will take 20 minutes. Both are giving same result, but the result within how much time it will be give to me, that is important now. Now tell me, if you have these two chances, which chance you will be selected? First one or second one? First one. Why sir? 10 minutes. That means 10 minutes are saved now. Yes. But both are giving what now? Same result. Result is same. Finally, you're reaching your hostel only at any cost. But the way of time period we are calculated. Same as query performance wise, non-correlated is very, very high. The query execution performance wise, correlated is very, very low. That means time consuming, time saving process. Okay now? It is also going to be give same result. It is also going to be give same result, but the providing of result purpose, non-correlated will take 10 minutes, correlated will take 20 minutes. So that means which performance is good? Non-correlated performance is good. Yes or no? That is the reason why the real-time people are preferring non-correlated. Okay, now that practically I will explain that. Okay, now practically I am showing that non-correlated one example, correlated same example I'm showing in two patterns. And two patterns internal execution process also I will explain. After explanation, then you will decide. This is better this is better. Okay, final I will conclude at that. Once you're learning what is non-correlated, once you're learning what is correlated, finally comparing. Okay, now then there you will get some confident. Okay, this is the reason. That's why correlated is getting late. Non-correlated is very fast. Okay, now right. So, but both are providing same result. So that's why if any task which was given by your team lead, project lead, or in your project levels, whatever it was, the first priority non-correlated. First, our target is my requirement should be fulfilled by using of non-correlated technique. First priority. Okay, now? Then second priority is called what? Correlated. When correlated is required to me, if my requirement is not fulfilled with the non-correlated technique, then I have to go correlated technique implement. If it is not possible, okay, now? Otherwise, even if non-correlated mechanism through, I'm writing any complex statements. I'm using non-correlated, but my query is what now? Complex. Very lengthy statements I'm writing. Very complex statements we are writing. So there the complex also we need to reduce purpose. Also that means we need to overcome purpose. Again, you have to go correlated. So correlated, only two cases you can use. First case, with non-correlated technique, your requirement is not fulfilled. There is no chance you should go correlated. Otherwise, non-correlated technique, my requirement will be fulfilled, but I'm writing lengthy programming code. Simply your language I'm telling. Lengthy programming code means 20 lines of code you written. But requirement is fulfilled, but taking 20 lines of code. Okay. Same requirement, suppose correlated will take 10 statements. Again, there also I want to prefer correlated. But that kind of chances are very, very less. That's why I'm saying 99.99. So very rare 0.1, 0.01. That's very rare. That kind of situation will come to you to use a correlated. But certain times compulsory come. That which way, in which levels it will come, I will explain in the classes. Okay, now? Right. So these are what now? Non-correlated and correlated. So first I will show you about non-correlated subqueries, how it was working. Then after working with non-correlated and execution, everything, if you get some idea, then we will go to next second one, correlated. Okay. But in non-correlated, again, they have some types, guys. They have again classified into some types. What is the type here? First one is called a single row subquery. Second one we called as a multiple row subquery. Third one we called as a multiple column subquery. Fourth one we called as a inline view. Okay, na? So in non-correlated, again we have a 4 types here: single, multiple column, and inline view. Okay, na? So these all one by one. Why we call single? Why we call multiple row, multiple column, and where we want to use a inline view. So this all we will discuss in tomorrow class. Okay, na? So tomorrow we will see one by one. Okay, na? right guys? And up to TCL language and ACID properties notes I already uploaded. Once go and check it out. Okay, na? And subquery notes tomorrow I will upload. Okay, after some more information we take it. Okay, right guys. Thank you so much.